Me, Katie, Nico, and Kara were filming for this series we're doing and decided to go to the Tewksbury cemetery because we heard it was like extremely haunted, and we decided to bring a Ouija board and do it in the cemetery. So we got the Ouija board, super legit, at Newbury Comics, $29.99, and so when we first got there, it was really quiet, like, it was just like weird vibes.
Is anyone here?
But there's always weird vibes in a cemetery. And then we put down the Ouija board and started doing it.
I didn't expect anything to happen, like there was no reason for anything to happen, but it started to move really fast. Do you mind if I look through the looking glass? You don't mind. I don't really want to inside. Can you do it? Other way.
It's just a piece of plastic.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That part does not work.
See,
I'm not.
What the heck?
I'm barely touching
Me
it
too.
and it's like squeaking on the thing.
Talk to me.
Yes, you're good?
Yo.
I wasn't touching.
Camera aside.
We were literally...
Who was pressing down?
I wasn't
swear
touching.
on my life.
A M Y.
How did you die?
A-N-I-F.
Knife?
Is that you?
I swear to God I'm not.
It's not funny. Stop.
Did you kill yourself?
No. Did someone kill you?
How did you touch me?
Who killed you? Oh. Your mom?
I'm shaking.
Oh my God,
I'm
no.
shaking. I'm shaking.
Amy, can you tell the future?
A-D. A-D.
Dad?
A-D.
Dad?
A-D. A-D.
Dad. I think it's Dad.
No, are you saying dad?
Amy, are you happy where you are? What is it like? Is it bad?
Where are you?
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So when we engaged the spirit, Amy, toward the end of our conversation, I think I was mostly just curious to see what the answers would be as a person who doesn't necessarily believe in that stuff. So I'd asked, like, are you happy? Where are you right now? And then we got the answer Zozo, and I have no idea what that means. And Kara immediately was like, okay, goodbye, we have to go. And for me, that was kind of panic-ish because I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden, it started saying Z-O, Z-O, Z-O again. And me and Kara, because of our last experience, knew that that was a bad sign. So we just said, like, goodbye, like, ended that real quick. And after that, we decided to look up, like, what Zozo or Z-O-Z-O meant. And it said that Zozo is a demon that can interrupt conversations with spirits and, like, possess you and stuff. And that was, I didn't like that.
So I just looked up what Zozo meant because the Ouija board said Zozo. This alleged demon is said to attach itself to certain unlucky individuals who venture into its domain. Some claim Zozo will go to any length to trick its native callers. Never trust a Ouija board because spirits and demons can lie and say that, like, they are someone when they're not that person.
When we asked, like, what's going on, it went to Zozo. And then that's, like, me and Ty knew it was up. We're like, nope, not today, Satan.
So it could have, like, clearly been saying it was this girl named Amy who was killed at, like, 19 years old, who was killed by her mom. But actually, after we asked, is, like, she okay or is she happy, it just spelled out Zozo.
What did, like, data mean? So then we looked it up, and usually, like the demonic Zozo, like, disguises itself as, like, a young, like, child. And in that instance, we were talking to a young child. That's what we thought, at least.
It says that Zozo can do strange figures like 8s or inverted C's, and answers become extremely repetitive. So I think if it does the same thing like it did with Dad when it was dad, 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 dad,
Dad?
A-D-A-D-A-D.
Dad.
we should stop the conversation because that could also be Zozo.
Yeah.
After the whole Zozo thing happened, we decided to go to a different location, but at the same cemetery. And then nothing really happened there. We just didn't get anything, which is normal. Like sometimes nothing happens. So then we decided to go to a different cemetery, like 15, 20 minutes away. And so I was filming at this point, and it started raining, which didn't really help either our equipment in general and just the whole vibe of it all. It just did not help at all.
We went to Salem and found a huge cemetery and decided to go in there and started doing the Ouija board. And we started talking to this person.
Can you tell us your name?
We had our hands like on the planchette thing, and it was like being forced onto the board, like squeaking across the board.
I didn't expect anything to happen. Like there was no reason for anything to happen, but it started to move really fast. And when I did open my eyes and looked at Ty, there was nothing moving in his arms to tell that it was him moving it.
Okay, I'm assuming that says Henry.
We might have got a little, I don't know, personal.
How did you die?
I guess we kind of got the spirit irritated.
Hey, did you hang yourself? Did you kill yourself?
I felt like a pressure on my chest.
Why did you kill yourself?
We all mutually decided that we needed to leave. We needed to go right that second.
Just because like all of us, like I feel like it's one of those things where everyone realized like something's wrong.
It was scary.
The pressure on my chest, it was almost like it was too hard. It was hard to breathe, and there was no reason why. Didn't really necessarily feel anxious until that moment.
Our hands were like shaking because we were trying to just like barely touch it, but the planchette was being like forced onto the board. You could hear it like squeak as it was moving.
I know we weren't really supposed to ask too much questions online. It says not to engage the spirit too much, that it would be upset with what they had to answer, or they would be upset that we're even engaging it. And so when we asked how it killed themselves, it had already been raining and it thundered.
So that's what freaked everyone else out. And then from there, we just did not mess with anything. I don't think we're gonna mess with the Ouija board for a little while now.
I felt like there's a possibility that ghosts could exist, and it was just so many stories. Like, why would humanity just make up all these stories about ghosts and demons? Like, it just doesn't make sense why everyone would have the same experiences if it's not real.